it out. He runs out the draft pretty much. Like, he can clear the trees of Monkey King, which is a bonus, so he can just knock.
Tiny has had his time in the sun as well, but it seems like Magnus is getting the better of Tiny in a lot of these engagements. We saw in the last series skewers into Fountain, reminiscing of the old Pudge Hook a little bit there.
Oh, Cuckoo is actually almost killing Poyoyo here.
Yep, as we're going to see first blood. All right, old 11.
11 here.
Yep, taken out by 23 Savage on the position 1 Razor. So picking Razor, again, I mean, obviously in lane against...
Honestly, it feels like RP is kind of the luxury at this point.
Yeah, true.
Like, Horn Toss is the real RP. Oh, good damage onto DY, gets the skewer.
Shockwave into skewer, DY, TP's away to safety. Oh, okay, never mind. Impetus, just enough damage there.
He did get sent to safety.
True.
He'll be back to safety.
The fact that he used forcing back Carl, but doesn't really offer that much or any harassment because he is an Omni Knight after all.
So in terms of
Zephyr, yeah, he's going to get pinned to the tree and brought down. So Vici Gaming getting their first kill of this series.
In terms of comeback potential for the Leshrac, the way you usually get that is by farming something. He is not farming the wave right now. Carl will get the rune as well. Illusion bottom whenever he wants. Whitemon gonna start pressuring PYW. Zephyr actually cutting in behind as well.
Yeah, now they're gonna clear the trees a bit here. DY showing himself Laguna Blade, and down goes the Omni Knight, only level 3. So setting himself up there to just get killed right off the bat. But
it is...
we're gonna need Ori trying to catch up in the jungle here. Nice telekinesis onto Whitemon. Will the Pulse Nova be enough? It looks like it will. Wait, yep. Just in range for that last tick of damage as the Wild Wing Ripper
picked. I think it's more tempo reliant. Whitemon here will break the smoke.
Tanking the gank here as Poyoyo trying to get credit for this kill, and he'll do so. No, actually, that went to Ori.
Are 5 heroes down here killing a measly End.
Yep. Oh, wait.
Maybe they get
Ars Arena, Spear, sets it up onto Cuckoo. TP is coming in. Purification doing a lot of damage. RP not going to go off in time. Maybe for the best, honestly, from T1's perspective, that did not go off.
Oh, sustained, but not set up. Exactly. He doesn't make plays. 11.
Whitemon is going to find old 11 here. Cuckoo with the shockwave. Old 11 might be resigned to his death, but Ori comes in with that Pulse Nova, doing quite a bit of damage, but the RP does come out. Laguna Blade, not enough to kill old 11. Dies shortly after the Boundless Strike onto Ori, now completely out of mana. Shockwave back into the fray. This is going to be a 1-for-1, or 2-for-nothing, as T1 just continuing their dominance in this early game.
Wait, which one was it? Was it 1-for-1 or 2-for-nothing?
Depends on... it's a 2-for-nothing.
Okay, for a big play. Gonna bring all 5 heroes top of the track. Has a bit to go though. Old 11.
Yeah, Cuckoo getting caught out. The spear into the trees, but he's gonna be left to his own devices. Zephyr gets off the Wukong's command in the meantime. Just soloing out Poyoyo. Meanwhile, they're gonna be able to take out the Mars pretty quickly here, but here comes Ori, almost out of mana. Carl pops a BKB, dodging the splitter. As a result, Cuckoo gets off the RP just at the last moment. Ori gets bursted down by the right clicks of his counterpart Carl in that mid lane, and Ursa looks to be next. That's first life down. T1 has only lost Magnus right now. Poyoyo wants to try to take somebody with him to the grave, but the LSA will shut that door. So 3-for-1, T1 advantage again.
If we do get a replay on that, pay attention to where Leshrac is when they fight for the tower, because Razor didn't have BKB. You're going to see it here, right? So you get the spear in the bottom, but Ursa's caught in the top area of the map, and Leshrac still wasn't connected yet. They will go on Whitemon in live, though.
Yep, he's healing up quite a bit. They got his Is he actually going to live through this? All right, the spear into the tree again. Stolen Plasma Field Splitter. Goodbye. Takes them away. Where am I indeed?
Okay, trivia time.
Oh boy.
Is there? No, there's no trivia. That's a dead Mars.
Trivia. Will Mars die? Yes. He gets off the arena. I mean, it's still relatively low cooldown.
Okay,
so.
well. All right.
Does buy a little bit of time for Vici to make their way here, Cinderman. I know you're really excited to do this trivia. We're gonna have to wait. Telekinesis, BKB by Carl. Trying to turn this around now. Zephyr getting way too close.
That was a bit naive, I think. I don't know if he was just making sure to bail Carl out of trouble there by going in. If that was the plan, at least it worked. But Yeah, maybe he also had no trees to jump.
Okay.
Vault.
That makes sense with horses as well. We see the skewer onto PYW. Okay, he gets one of his own, but only going to delay the inevitable here.
All of Rubik's funny animations are in this game. When he's skewering, he's literally just surfing.
We're just missing a Bat Rider.
It's like he's lagging. This is just
First
a
tower
rock up here. Standing there again.
All right, there's the arena. Whitemon stuck inside with the Pulse Nova from the side as well. Looks like he'll finally go down. Takes a while though. 23 Savage getting up statically on Poyoyo. We see the RP onto 2 from Cuckoo. Shockwave to fall. Beautiful balance strike onto 3. LSA to follow. T1. Unbelievable synergy here. Triple kill for Carl. Old 11, the last remaining member for Vici Gaming, but not for long. Just absolute god tier layering, Cinderin. That was nice.
Zephyr with the BM Yules as well, just for fun. Maybe he was trying to set up for
They're coming back in. Is T1 trying to build a 10k lead. Old 11 jumps in. Big BKB by Carl. Poyoyo and company stuck inside the arena trying to right-click down 23 Savage. Gets off the static link though, and my goodness. Ori just melts every single way as Poyoyo looks to be next. And T1 just absolute domination. That's a full team wipe with the buyback coming out from the Rubik. But PYW, all he can do is try to push out these lanes just a little.
Oh, but what I do know, Shannon, is that I have another trivia question.
God. Hold your horses, Cinder, and PYW's dying. All right, go ahead.
What is the name of the active of Arcane Ring?
Wrong.
You said Mana Refresh. Like you were some sort of open sesame, like trying to chant the ring into working.
Well, we already talked about this. English zero language for me is there's the Yule setup. Zephyr. He's going to get the boundless strike and an easy kill for T1 again.
All right, I was wrong.
Well, Ori does buy his BKB before he dies, I believe, so doesn't really lose much gold there.
That's true. Let's lose this fight. They're going to lose.
Yo-Yo Smoke gets popped here. Heavenly Grace applied, going on top of the Enchantress, but they still can't burst him down. Yo-Yo has to pop that BKB, gets the enrage off. The RP comes afterward. Yo-Yo, finally we got one kill, but it's just on the Enchantress, and you see the Wukong's command on the downside. Ursa dies, buys back into the game. Zephyr will be bursted down as well. So it's a 2-for-1 with the buyback onto Ursa. The stolen RP by PYW. Do they have enough damage to actually clean this up? Vici Gaming finally winning a fight. 23 Savage is dead. Triple kill for Ori of all heroes. That is exactly what they needed. And into the Roche pit, Vici goes. Yeah. At least not yet.
11 gets the BKB here.
Yeah, old 11 is in quite a bit of trouble. Pops that BKB, gets the spear off as well. Guardian Angel from afar. Poyoyo comes in, trying to burst down the lead, but Carl pops his BKB. Should be able to get out just fine. Cuckoo and company trying to take out the Ursa in the meantime. You can see the Eye of the Storm. So much minus armor against this Ursa. And he's stuck inside that Wukong's command, but the stolen Wukong's from PYW. And Poyoyo looks like he's going to get out just fine, but Leshrak is just getting decimated. Despite having the BKB, yields himself to safety, but not for long. Drops as a result. And this is turning into a fight for T1. The skewer back on Poyoyo, and despite having the Aegis earlier, they still lose this fight, Cinderin.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they used RP. I'm guessing they did on the Rubik after he...
Static draining the Ursa as well.
Wukong's command, boundless strike. Trying to create some space here.
Okay, that's
Alright, being forced out, but there's the Horn Toss back into the Wukong's command, and the right clicks from Carl, but Ori's going to live for now. In fact, going to turn this around completely onto the Magnus. So despite a good setup there from T1,
Old 11 could get on
they lose Cuckoo. There's the Mars Arena. 22 Savage has to refresh to get that BKB off, but they're just going to kill Mars in turn, so it's a 1-for-1 now. Ori trying to play as much pressure as possible onto Carl. He's getting right-clicked down by Poyoyo. Now pops his BKB. Carl's just getting stunned like that was a stolen LSA as well. Boundless strike to follow. Carl has to stand his ground with that Satanic. It's doing a lot of damage, but will finally go down in favor of Vici Gaming, but they do lose Poyoyo. 23 Savage has to stand his ground as well, but it's not going to happen. DY and PYW, the last two remaining members of Vici Gaming, an absolute bloodbath of a fight. It's just the supports left over, but Monkey King is so strong, he gets lifted by PYW. Oh my god, that heal! Zephyr! Jinku Mastery for the freaking win! Has the high five to nobody, but well deserved. So they know that this is being attempted right now. Old 11 jumps in with the first arena. BKB by Carl. He just walks out to safety. Old 11 procs his passive now. 23 Savage gets up the platinum heal. There's a refresher from Old 11, able to blink to safety. Poyoyo getting kited on the back line right now. And you see Cuckoo, boundless strike into RP. T1, that's side. This Wukong's command just getting kind of with that nullifier. Easy kill goes the way of T1 again, and DY basically the last remaining member. There is a buyback from Rubik, but ultra kill from Carl into second Roach, I would assume. And T1 might have just won the game off of this fight alone.
Didn't get no kills in the fight.
It's okay.
I got run over. Feeling a little bit like Kyle here. Oh man, that was.
I don't think he got five from T1. Yeah, he didn't get off the second arena. I'm not sure if that would have made a difference.
Right, so first of all, he doesn't get off the second arena, and I think they didn't layer their Guardian Angel with the BKBs too well. And there was nothing, like, there's no clear target for VG Gaming in that fight that they were able to get on top of. They just kept being, you know, kited around. Some insane Boundless Strike cast there.
Yeah, into the throne.
Oh my god.
They know that these buybacks are likely not here. It's going to be a tier 4 tower, and you can see 23 Savage. Yeah, GG's called. So T1 take game 1, and I mean, they got off to an amazing start, but you got to give Vici credit for making some sort of a comeback when we didn't really see much avenue for it, but they played really well despite not having the lane.
Dawn Ags could actually be incredibly good in this game if Zephyr manages to get it because of the added evasion and the added healing, but it can heal through Chrono and through Roar pretty well. So
this game?
It's not as bad as last game though, the reverse is PYW gets caught off by that fissure. Cuckoo, a nice enchant totem. Trying to turn this around, but it looks like, oh, one more right click will do it, but they can't reach him. Poyoyo will turn his sights to Whitemon instead. Swarm comes through, is going to connect on Whitemon, and he's going to tick down to those beetles. As Cuckoo just barely survives as well, so first blood goes the way of Vici Gaming this time.
Could you imagine that? What a way to go out. You've been to hell and back, and you didn't die there, and then you get killed by a little scarab.
XP. You can see Ori. Another LSA connects, and he's about to hit level 6 here in a couple
11 is in trouble top as well. This is a
lane. 23 Savage has the Jingu.
Pretty tough position to be in.
The favorable trade. Starbreaker not going to fully connect. 23 Savage and company just forcing them out of lane at the very least.
Oh, bottom lane
again in the bot lane. Yo-Yo gets the bash. Cuckoo continue to get chased and harassed by PYW. They're going to jump in with one more time walk, and the right click from PYW is enough to secure yet another kill for Vici Gaming.
He was Lina against Nothing to Say's Dragon Knight. I think Carl was still having better conditions than this, and Dragon Knight, in my experience, doesn't perform very well from behind like this. Like, you really need some key stuff. You need boots. You need arguably upgraded boots into Dagger.
Chronosphere in the bot lane with the swarm from PYW. Cuckoo looks to be super dead. The question is who's going to get credit. It is the Beetle.
Yeah, he's going to get earn charges as well here, so going to drop one on Poyoyo immediately too.
Oh, 23 Savage. Ori's in the vicinity. Oh, all right, preempted in general. Poyoyo in the bot lane. 38 and 12 for CS. And you can see 23 Savage just a little bit ahead with 42 and 11 in the top lane. Well, Echo Stomp will connect onto Carl. It's going to set up the LSA, but a nice counter stun from Whitemon. We're going to try to turn this around as Carl gets some save from Zephyr. Gets off the Starbreaker. That's a big kill onto Ori. T1 finally on the board for game number 2.
Yeah, they brought a lot of heroes to ensure this kill, but it's big. And Carl loves to get that help, and it allows him... Nothing is, though.
Yeah, that's true. Zephyr trying to stop this push in the top lane. We see a TP come in. There's the Boundless Strike. Starbreaker does connect successfully into the Echo Slam. Ori's dead again. And now the Earth Spike to follow as T1. Great defense in the top lane. And this is 2 early deaths now on Ori, despite it.
It's a whole number.
So this is what
Say it again.
What is the square root of the total cooldown of Roshan's abilities?
I don't know. 2.
That is very,
4,
very bad.
8, 12.
They're dying! Cast the fight!
Carl! Looks like there's going to be a trade. Synderen is trying to sabotage this cast. As you can see, the Faceless Boy dies. What is wrong with you? This is TI10 main stage, for God's sake.
Yeah, we get to have a good time, though. That's
crazy team fight. Haven't really talked about this much, but the Chronosphere into the Earth Splitter as Cuckoo jumps in with that Blink Dagger enchant totem. Here comes Zephyr as well. Starbreaker should cancel that Echo Stomp. That ends up being a freebie for T1. But yeah. PYW might be in some trouble.
He got
Sentry is for the other side. Up the time lapse, but right back into the arms of T1. So another finger charge for Whitemon as Earthsplitter actually coming in. It's going to connect on Cuckoo, trying to kill this annoying Wild Wing Ripper before his untimely death, I would assume. But 23 Savage has other plans. He gets off his ult with the Boundless Strike. Roar is there to keep them at bay, though. but it's going to be a second kill in favor of T1. And despite having that roar, looks like this is going to be the death of Beastmaster as well. But here comes Poyoyo. He gets a big Chronosphere. Not that much follow-up, though. They're going to find one kill onto the Earthshaker. It's Ori being pursued by the Monkey. 23 Savage has the Boundless Strike, connects Whitemon in the vicinity. This is going to be another kill onto Ori. Just such a rough game for him after that really good start.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get to why I'm laughing so hard right now. Let's see if he gets help.
Carl looks
no
fine.
dash.
All right, tell me why you're laughing, Cinder.
DK and Monkey. Unfortunately for him, though, he was the start of that fight. He got killed first as, they found out DY.
Yep.
He is toast.
Tons of stuns. Disabled for an eternity, so another death for DY. So T1 kind of withstanding the, I want to say the very early laning stage, and very tanky to boot. PYW. Looks like he's, is he actually
Carl
working on
connecting
Axe
top
himself?
here.
Yeah.
They're looking for another kill on PYW. They might get it with Dragon Tail.
Yeah, Dragon Tail initiation. Zephyr with the Starbreaker.
That's it.
They put Vision down a little bit late, so PYW is going to take a Breathe Fire in the trees, but won't be pursued any further. Yeah. Carl's going to get roared. Laguna Blade to follow, but here comes the Solar Guardian. That's going to heal him up to a decent amount. Ori just can't finish the kill quite yet. Carl getting pursued by PYW. One more right click should do it. Finally, no, he's going to live. The Chronosphere comes out, actually catches his teammate. Earth Splitter to follow. Whitemon is dead. Echo Stomp onto basically everybody here, but 2 dead already for Vici Gaming, so advantage for T1. 23 Savage gets off the Wukong's command, trying to pursue a little bit further. They're going to find yet another kill. How has T1 stayed alive with everybody? And now trying to go for Poyoyo. Do they have the setup? Boundless Strike to start, or the Time Walk to safety? I actually cannot believe Carl lived. That was
got
insane.
a stat for
Oh my god, this would be a disgusting Echo Slam right
smoke
now.
breaks.
Yep, Cuckoo in the vicinity. His blink gets canceled, but there's Carl with the initiation to start things out. Gets the Dragon Tail off, but Roshan looks like it's going to be taken out easily for Vici Gaming. They will lose the Elder Titan in tow, but there's the LSA actually catching the Earthshaker, so Cuckoo not really able to get off the initiation he was looking for.
Very good for Vici. They didn't have to use Chrono to secure the Roche either. It's his ice cream.
It's still true though. Carl. Oh, we got the Echo Slam come out with the BKBs activate. Can they blow up? Faceless Void, absolutely. Earth Splitter does a little bit of damage there, but a big kill on Poyoyo by 23 Savage, who's still top of the net worth right now.
Very swift kill, and of course they do find the core on Vici Gaming that does not have the Aegis in that.
Available, but of course they don't have Echo Slam, so this will be a little bit of difficult hold. But 23 Savage does use the Wukong's command, gets roared inside his BKB form, but you can see Cuckoo and company just focusing on Ori. That is the Aegis down. DYW looking for a potential Echo Stomp here, but there's a jump in, a quick BKB by Ori, trying to turn it around. Laguna Blade takes off the head of Lion as Carl now trying to retreat, but there is the Chronosphere and the counteract from that Solar Guardian. I believe that is the Echo Slam Solar Guardian. Cinder, or the Agnum Scepter, I should say. The evasion comes through as 23 Savage getting pursued now, completely surrounded. It's going to end up being an easy kill, surprisingly enough for Vici, as they continue to try to take T1 out. Echo Stomp onto 2. Now onto the high ground, they will attempt this as that Ogre is still beating the crap out of a dragon.
It is a golem.
Not
Barely support that with his mana, to be honest, but it might just work out.
True. Oh, we got the Dragon Tail to start things out on the PYW. The burst damage indeed. PYW with
Easy
another
pick.
death to his name and another
and
charge
the
for
hero you want
Finger.
to find as T1, because anyone else could get what you have, so very important, if possible, to get on top of that Weaver.
Hold double damage bottom.
Yeah. Ori is
And the X from Whitemon. He's actually going to leave him for 23 Savage, and that is another death now for Ori. Very unfortunate. Cuckoo.
So cocky.
Echo Slam BKB.
I mean, from our perspective, obviously this looks crazy, right? He doesn't have the
Showing himself. Oh, the initial. Oh, they actually missed the stun there from Cuckoo. And he'll have to hightail away here. 23 Savage does get off his ult with the Boundless Strike as well. Poyoyo pops his BKB. They're going to blow up the Lion, and Cuckoo's dead next. That means T1 likely will try to fall back, but that is the buyback now from Cuckoo. 23 Savage on the trees. He gets roared mid-leap. They're going to see him. They're going to drop that tree, and down goes the Monkey King.
huge fight for Vici. They find 3 kills, and one of them
Oh, actually,
Carl.
that's T1's vision.
Carl
Yep.
gets
He's going to be
by the
spotted.
Axis.
Yep, that's no blink dagger for you. Poyoyo jumps in. Laguna Blade, goodbye, Carl. And even if he bought back, he will not have Dragon form for quite a while.
True. Earth Splitter for the fireworks.
This Granite Golem.
Very big boy.
Big boy indeed. All right, we got the Scotty online for 23 Savage, but Poyoyo has one of his own, which against this lineup, against Dawnbreaker, Monkey King, and Dragonite, extremely good for the counter regen. Carl jumps in, has his ult activated as well. They will the time lapse again, saving Ori, but he's going to get bursted down very slowly. The Aegis goes down despite using the BKB. Chronosphere on top of 2, but there's the Solar Guardian. You can see how much Cuckoo is healing, but the Laguna Blade just rips right through him. No buyback on the Earthshake. It's a 5v4 just like that.
Splitter.
Yep, we got the Earth Splitter coming out. Trying to apply this pressure to Zephyr right now. A nice Starbreaker, but Poyoyo should be able to finish him off as most of T1 just hightailing back to base. Carl gets taken out. No Dragon form for you. And Vici Gaming look primed and ready to force a game number 3, Cinderin.
23 Savage having a bit of an identity crisis, saying, I'm not scared, bro, I'm Cuckoo. No, sir, Cuckoo is your teammate on Earthshaker who died before you, trying to find a kill on a Weaver.
Yeah, GG's going to be called. It is
nice game from Vici Gaming.
so difficult to play into Weaver Aghanim Scepter. I mean, they had to kill Cuckoo several times over, but they did so regardless. And T1 now potentially.
That hero needs farm priority. Okay,
I mean,
so
I'm just guessing.
champions. So 23 Savage, who loves his Wraith King, one of the only players who really believes in this hero and asks for it. And the way that T1 have played it in this tournament, they just go for Armlet, Deso, and they just run you over, right?
He has the advantage going right off the bat. So, deny, all right. As we have first blood, Whitemon actually takes out PYW. It's an unexpected kill, Cinderin.
Yeah, I think it's important for T1 to help out this bottom lane. You're playing Wraith King tied at the start against Monkey King Venge. I think that's going to be, Venge usually a hero we talk about how much are you going to lose the lane. Can actually win that one, but
Zephyr
the same thing
brought down. Still only level 1 right now, just getting completely harassed out. Throwing the tree, getting him very low. I mean, Monkey King just against any melee hero. Pretty rough, in addition to having Tiny to have to worry about.
And now the swap again. Vici Gaming are going to send the Disruptor bottom now to Venge instead of that Monkey King with the rotation that and maybe see if they can look for a backstab move with that into the Wraith King. Or off the Wraith King Wraith Fire Blast, but yeah, Whitemon just looked and he was like, oh well, guess there's nothing for me. Comes back to lane. And this is good news for Vici Gaming in that bot lane, I think. Venge should have an okay time, and
yeah,
okay is enough for Venge a lot.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of games with Venge off lane where it actually does horribly in the laning stage and still has huge impact once you get the Aghanim Scepter. So if you're able to not have a terrible start, then that's just going to make your game even better. But, I mean, what is the reason we haven't been seeing Venge as much? I mean, there was a slight nerf to the Ag, but I feel like it wasn't that big.
I still thought Venge was going to be a pretty big pick this tournament. I'm as surprised as you are. Like, I don't know if you're surprised. You just asked a question.
Very surprised. Whitemon and company going on top of Old 11. So we talked about the laning stage for this hero as DY looks to be next on the list for T1. Well, one more right click will do it. In fact, the Wraith Fire Blast being expended, so 23 Savage with an early double.
Whereas before he would have to be a little bit careful, and now the rotation's coming in from T1. They're going to find DY.
Yeah, Whitemon and Zephyr making the rotation bot. This is looking like a potential another kill onto Old 11 at the very least. And you can see the fat, juicy, tanky Zephyr taking a lot of damage. He will be brought down thanks to the rotation of PYW. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. It's like a roaming Tidehunter in this game. You don't see...
Cut the wave, will succeed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As mid lane, the push continues now. Zephyr still roaming as this Tidehunter. Whitemon is going to find DY with the tomato creep. He's doing a lot of damage. Thanks to that Hellbear Smasher. I mean, everybody's relatively stable, of course, but from their offlane perspective, very much so. Firefly onto PYW. Boundless Strike going to keep him in place for now. Zephyr with that gush, slowing him down to a crawl. And with a bunch of heroes from T1.
Absolutely no problem for Carl. He has haste rune. He could have soloed that Monkey King, no problem. But the reason this rotation is so good is that they have extra reinforcements against the defense to try to hold this Tier 1 tower, and you really want to push this if you're T1. Might even see Enchantress start tanking it and get a second point in Nature's Attendance, but I guess he also would like to have an impetus point at this point. No, he's going to skill it now. So 2 in the heal for Whitemon. Looking to perhaps backstab Ori. Zephyr was coming in, but
Thunderstrike is going to spot out Zephyr. He's going to take 3 Shadow Fiend raises. And Ori
in top lane,
credit for that. Poyoyo, okay, going a little bit too deep. As this tower looks to be falling, it will be a deny in favor of T1.
He got the enemy offlane tower minute 7 as Tiny. But in a very even game right now, which I think is overall pretty good for Vici Gaming. They weathered the storm against the Bat. Carl hasn't really been dominating yet. They're going to find this time Whitemon will not get away. Oh, that second raise was
a little off.
Pretty much a tribute to the Breathe Fire.
The Breathe Fire.
Some fair play here from Aslion. You could reach that stage again in this game for Disruptor.
Feel like we've seen this before.
Well, Whitemon is effectively a scout in this game, kind of playing like a bounty hunter. Trying to invade and get vision and information. Gets punished there, but could set up Carl. They have Ob Sentry, though. They know Carl is approaching.
Yeah.
And they're kind of trying to bait him. There's the glimpse.
Oh, the glimpse back into the static storm kinetic field combo. This is going to be a really big kill for Vici. And Carl getting absolutely punished. Into his ult now.
Shannon, we're 11 minutes in.
Nope, it's not time yet, Cinderin.
It's trivia time.
PYW gets lassoed. That's going to be the cancel of the TP. So Carl looking to have, I believe that's his first kill of the game here. Oh, sorry, he's 2-1 now. Despite having the Helm of Iron Will already built there. Is Old 11 going to be caught out? Oh, the swap out. It's going to keep him alive now. Ori actually pops a Requiem of Souls, mostly for zoning purposes, but Whitemon takes heavy damage. Will live, though. Ravage comes out. The Static Storm on top of him is a little bit too late. Anchor Smash into the Skewer. 2 dead for Vici, as they are now on the run. It looks like Ori is next on the list, and they're in 3 dead. Very good fight for T1. Looks like PYW will be the 4th if they can catch him here. Zephyr looking for the high 5, but PYW not looking to reciprocate here. Oh, Flame Break off of the tree.
Pigpole still good, almost got out.
Yeah, Pigpole not quite good enough now. He would have need like 110% movement speed buff on that one.
Here, 1,500 gold ahead. Glimpse.
Up Glimpse back.
Oh, look who it is.
Indeed, cancel TP. Not tanky enough yet.
It's only level 5, 14 minutes in. Gave over the tome to Tide, so Zephyr's level 8.5.
23 Savage, top of the net worth right now by 1,000 difference actually between him and Poyoyo.
Poyoyo
does have his Echo
save
now.
A little bit. It was almost 1,500 2 minutes ago, so he has caught up a little bit on the Tiny, but definitely Wraith King is in a great position. DY with the Glimpse, he's still going to get
Wraith Fire Blast still connects though into the Flame Break. Static Storm on top of himself.
Nice try.
Not going to save him.
But no cigar.
And now Deso officially online. I feel like he just finished his armlet.
All right, I know you're about to burst in anticipation of the trivia, but you have to wait a little bit longer. Whitemon trying to get open bottom. Old 11. Oh, that's a
Kraken Shell activates, but Avatos from Poyoyo is enough. Old 11, though, is going to get the swap off. That's a little bit extra damage mitigation now. 23 Savage. Oh, the right click, not quite enough. And now the Requiem Assault with the fear. Double kill for Poyoyo. This is going to be the first life for 23 Savage. Wukong's command is inside Avatos again. 23 Savage armlet toggles, but there's the magic missile. Triple kill for Poyoyo. And Vici Gaming win that fight in spades.
It is so embroche. Wraith King obviously very adamant.
Carl, he wants to start this fight. There's the lasso. With the swap immediately. The great counter from Old 11. Whitemon first to die again, as is tradition in this game.
Tower is under attack.
That's something we really didn't mention, but obviously Venge is just generally a good counter against Batrider if you're in the vicinity.
Definitely didn't mention that. Both me and the this, that was the wrong word. You know, sometimes you can play it off. They're trying to push tier 1, Suns fan. It didn't work, but they find Zephyr.
Yep, here's Swap. Static Storm on top of the Tide Hunter. Old 11 sets things up again. That's going to be a death of Whitemon as well, in case you were wondering. So 2 kills. Vici pretty healthy. And again, Old 11 doesn't really care that he's dying here. Carl gets credit for that thanks to the Flame Break shard.
Are you really dead as Venge if you still have your ghost form?
Undead, maybe. I don't know. Carl pops the BKB, getting the Firefly off Yo-Yo. Oh, was that the lasso used? I think it might have been cracking off.
Ran out of mana.
Okay. Yep. Carl in the Firefly right now. DY. He whips himself, gets off the glimpse inside the kinetic field. Flamebreak goes up, but Yo-Yo's in the area with the Anatos and the easy kill for Vici again. They've created a 2K net worth lead now. Boundless Strike. Looks like they'll take that speed and attack speed to the target briefly. And the glimpse back White Mon. It wouldn't be a start of the fight without a White Mon death this game. So 5 versus 4. That's not even including the Aegis. It's a huge swap. My God, that range must be the Aetherlance online as Carl has to pop his BKB. Just barely gets out, but at the end of the day, Vici didn't really expend much.
No, just the swap. And keep in mind there, that was he BKB'd instantly, right? This was raw physical damage, and he has a plate mail. That is concerning that he doesn't have the sustain to really stay into the fight against these extremely hard,
that
huge
Aegis
amount of base damage to the Tiny.
Yeah, Yo-Yo can just... My God, absolutely destroying that tower, but a big swap onto the Batrider, pops his BKB again, Static Storm onto 2, but there's the lasso. Can they find the time? This is just going to be the Aegis if they do so. But he Satanics up and is perfectly healthy for now, as the right clicks have come in for 23 Savage. That is Reincarnation out, Requiem nicely timed. 23 Savage is dead, 50 seconds with no Wraith King. Skewer back from Cuckoo, we see the Ravage on the other side of the map. Zephyr dies shortly after, so 2 dead with basically no response. From T1, 5 versus 3, and with a Tiny, that means buildings will be going down, Synderen.
T1 just have no solution to this right now. They did their best in that fight. It wasn't enough. They never found an RP. And again, whenever someone gets swapped in like this from the Venge, it just gets really difficult for Cuckoo to do what he wants.
That's going to be 2 sets of racks. Yeah. They can't go for Megas just because there's not...
500.
A lot of damage, whatever the hell it is. There's the Horn Toss, like you were talking about, Static Storm used for zoning capability. You can see Thunderstrike applied as there's the swap back from Old 11, so Tiny is super safe. Boundless Strike now into the Batrider. Looks like he's broken, trying to get out of the Wukong's command. Will be successful, but the swap again, and 23 Savage is dead. And that is mega creeps for Vici Gaming, as it looks like they are on the way to continuing to play in TI10. Oh, big RP, but the skewer back on only 2 heroes and brought down simply with the right clicks of Yo-Yo. Buyback now from Cuckoo. Gets glimpsed back into the fray. Gets off the Horn Toss, but brought down again. That's a dieback now as GG is called. T1 is out of TI10, and Vici Gaming goes on to face IG in the next round.
What a godly Venge pick that was. That was absolutely...